Welcome back to the channel, my lovely friends, and welcome back to another week, another cocktail. And as I promised, around Saint Valentine, I said I'm gonna share another recipe just before Saint Valentine, but unfortunately, I wasn't very well. So instead of looking my ill face on YouTube, I decided just to skip it and introduce the cocktail for you this week. Easy, extremely dedicated to Valentine. Yes, that was the idea in the first instance, but it's absolutely wonderful cocktail to make any time of the year. And I think for everybody who appreciates the wonderful template of Negroni, but kind of looking for something more mild and a little bit of extra flavor, will appreciate this cocktail and will enjoy no matter of the season or the occasion. Okay, so today we are making a cocktail I call No Expectations, and this is inspired by the template of Negroni. Can we call it a Negroni riff? Absolutely not. I mean, I think we can't, because when I show you the ingredients, obviously we have the core and the template of Negroni with the spirit, with the bitterness, with a little bit of sweetness, but apart from that, nothing else kind of relates this wonderful cocktail to the original Negroni. So we are just taking the template and creating something brand new. So my lovely friends, if you're ready for some shakes, stirs and sips, let's see the ingredients and let's make the No Expectations cocktail. So for the No Expectations cocktail, you will need some kind of a flavor gin. I'll be using again the Latin gin, and this is the Lovers, which I introduced for Saint Valentine. The gin is fantastic and it's wonderful paired with strawberry and roses flavor. So we are using Aperol, and Aperol, as we know, it's milder than the actual Campari. So it's a fantastic option here, because this cocktail we're gonna use a little bit more kind of a elevate measurements, not sticking to the 25 ml or let's say 1 ounce ratio of the Negroni. And finally, we are having Vermouth Blanco, and in this case González Byass, because it's made from sherry and have this wonderful sweet note to it. Even have obviously a wormwood and have a little bit of bitterness. It's overall, for me, it's on the sweet side. However, there's a little twist here. We are not going to use this Aperol, which is in front of me here, but we are going to use an Aperol which is infused with fresh strawberries. So the easiest way to do it is, as I did, put 200 ml in a jar and put around 100-150 grams of fresh strawberries. Leave them to soak for 24 to 48 hours just to release these lovely strawberry juices to the Aperol and of course the flavor. So my lovely friends, if you're ready, let's build the No Expectations cocktail and let's give it a test, so I'll let you know how good it is. Okay, so we are going to start with 45 ml or 1.5 ounces of our Latin Lovers gin. Same with Aperol, we are going for a 45 ml or 1.5 ounces of the Aperol, the infused with strawberry Aperol. And finally the Vermouth Blanco. Again 45 ml or 1.5 ounces. And we're pretty much done. So fill up the mixing glass with ice. You don't need too much. We're gonna give a very brief stir and we are serving straight away over ice, so it won't be overly stirred. Just around 10-20 seconds just to cool down and strain it over ice. And while I'm stirring, don't forget, check the Patreon page if you want to join. There's a available free option which you can join. Of course, this is gonna limit you to missing some of the content there, because I'm starting from March to make dedicated content for Patreon only, which is not gonna be available on YouTube or anywhere else. It will be just on Patreon. Of course, if you want to keep in touch and you want to meet another fellow bartenders or subscribers from here, you want to keep in touch and have a nice conversation, exchange ideas, or share some of your creations. Also check the Bartender Lounge community. It's available for you absolutely free. Thanks to the whole people who support me on Patreon, we are able to keep the Bartender's Lounge absolutely free to join. So it's entirely up to you where you want to join. We'd like to see you there, okay? Grab your glass of choice. I choose this one. I like the shape of it, but hey, serve it in any glass you want. So first, strain your cocktail. Now a little tip here, if you want to keep your glass in the freezer in advance, that's absolutely fine. You keep it nice and chill. Not necessary, but it's a good option, okay? And once you strain the cocktail, then you can fill up your glass with ice. Give it just a little gentle stir, just to incorporate the ice inside in the drink. And you're pretty much done here. So the garnish, no expectations, okay? There's no garnish for this cocktail, but as I mentioned earlier, if you're fancy to use some of the strawberries, which you use to obviously infuse the Aperol, once you have them out of the jar, you can easily put a 1 or 2 on a cocktail stick and drop them inside directly in your cocktail, just like a nice snack before your sip. And this, my lovely friends, is the No Expectations cocktail. Fantastic take on the Negroni template, but of course it's not a Negroni riff. It's totally on its own and it's absolutely delicious. Cheers! Beautiful. It's elegant, have a very slight bitterness. The Vermouth Blanco in this case really balanced because it is introduced a little bit of the Vermouth bitterness, but together with the Aperol, which is infused with strawberries, it's bring that sweetness on the back end. So it's a really very balanced cocktail, and it's absolutely for everyone who enjoying a slight bitterness but are not really fan of the strong bitterness of the Negroni. So I hope you try this. I hope you leave me a comment, like, share, get in touch, and don't forget again, check the Patreon page and the Bartender's Lounge community. The link is down in the description, and I hope to see you around there. But for now, as always, I love you and I leave you. See you next time. Bye bye.